So I'm Fern Jeffries, and I'm a class of 1983. So this is my 30th reunion. It's so hard to put in a few words everything that Williams has meant to me over the years. The awakening academic stimulation that it provided from freshman year was amazing, and certainly has stayed in different forms for a lifetime. And to be around people who felt that too, people who had that same curiosity and drive and interest and ability, really meant for amazing learning in the classroom and also in the dorm rooms and in the dining halls and all the other spots around campus that are perfect for that. But I think one of the other lessons that I realized over time with coming back, that I think the school is so good at building and makes it so special, is a sense of community that's here at Williams. And that I came when there had been coeducation for 10 years, so I started in 1979, and I think, though I certainly didn't know this at the time, I think that the kinds of decisions that went into preparing the school for there to be women here for the first time were really important ones, so that by the time I got here 10 years later, the ratio of men to women was 50-50, in 10 years. And we felt very comfortable here. We felt that this was our school as much as, the guys felt that this was their school. No questions asked at all. And in 10 years, I think that's probably pretty good. But so that's one example. But from the entry systems to the way the housing is handled, to the fact that the decisions they made about abolishing fraternities, which I'm sure again were hard for those who grew up with that. But I think all of that just fostered community. And here we are in this beautiful section of the country, just surrounded by lovely mountains and a beautiful area. But remote. So we all depend on each other, and the stimulation comes from classwork and from the many activities and lectures and things that kind of come in. But really, it's those relationships, and I think it's the college's attention to community that really makes this so special. And so you come back in 30 years and you feel like you're at a family reunion. I mean, you talk with your close friends, you talk with people that you didn't know so well, and have these wonderful conversations about your life and their lives and what they're doing and what they're thinking about, and it's just such a wonderful community to be a part of.
One thing that I'm curious about, did you guys have Coed Bathrooms?
A few. Most of the entries were still single sex from in 79 to 83, but not all. Now Morgan was co-ed, and then in the upper class housing, by my senior year, there was kind of more intermingling. So my senior year, we did have a co-ed bathroom, and it was no big deal. I mean, you think, oh my gosh, how will that work? It was. It was fine. You figure it out. I'm sure you guys are,
used to it by now.
Right, exactly. Not a big deal. Yeah.
Well, okay. I was gonna say, who were some of your best friends on campus? Did you see them again at reunion?
It's funny because sometimes they come and sometimes they don't, and it's lovely. It's wonderful when they're here that we connect. My closest friends, those relationships have transferred outside of the college, so I see them from time to time. But again, even the years when they're not here, there are others here, and you talk with them and learn about them and make some just really wonderful connections. And so there are many people I just see every 5 years at reunion. But it's wonderful to see them. I mean, it's really great.
Any favorite professors or?
The two that come readily to mind were Professor Timothy Cook, who actually came during my years here, and I think he was here into the 90s, maybe. I don't know when his last year was here.
What department was he?
And political science.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was what an amazing mind. He really he was a wonderful scholar. Was able to really translate his enthusiasm for what he studied to all of us, and he had this wonderful vocabulary and way with language that was just such a pleasure to listen to and to discuss issues in class. And then Robert Jackal, who's still here in sociology. Yeah, he was really one of my strongest influences, strongest mentors here. Really in asking us to think on our own, to kind of hear some materials, analyze and discuss kind of what our impressions were of that, and larger pictures that emerge from that. And those those qualities and those lessons have stayed with me over all these years. I mean, those same principles of looking underneath and trying to understand the influences and the underpinnings of situations and issues and so on come up constantly. I mean, literally daily. So to be in his classes where he was encouraging us to look and see and think and analyze and try to draw some conclusions about various situations as they were happening or had happened, constantly relevant, and really helped to influence my decisions and my behavior and my sort of role in my community and in the world.
Did you ever get to know any of your professors outside the classroom?
Not a whole lot of contact. I mean, lunches, after class, that kind of thing. Office hours, certainly.
Yeah.
Getting help with things. Those were probably the main sources. Yeah. Is there much of that happening for you all?
Yeah, I've taken some professors out to not Gaudino dinners, but Lyceum dinners. Oh, sorry, Dodd-Seum dinners. Yeah, because Dodd dining hall is no longer open.
Oh, I heard something about that. And Greylock too, I think is closed. Yeah. Wow.
Yes, we're living only with 3 dining halls.
Eking it out.
Yeah, well, thank you so much.
So, well, thank you. Thank you very much. That was fun.